analysis project, and we're focusing on the topic of your senior project paper. So the first thing I'm going to want to know on what you turn in is what that topic is. If you are not in a class that is doing a senior project, choose a topic. If you had to do a research paper, what would the paper be on? Choose a topic that you can do an analysis. Now, we're not researching the topic, we're researching the sources. Handout says, try to evaluate 5 sources. That's a little ambitious. We got a short period today. I don't think we're going to get to 5. So we'll shoot for 3. 3 good would be fine. But mainly, we want to try to be busy and get the information we can. I give you some guidelines about what you're looking for. Obviously, we want to know what is the site. Where did you find it? If there is an author or an editor who organized it, who is that person? Who sponsors the site? They have a home page. Go to the home page. Do they have an About Us? Click on that. What do they say about themselves? And there's a whole bunch of questions there. The questions are not designed that you're supposed to go through and answer every single question for every single site. The questions are giving you guidelines about how to tackle this project. How do you decide if it's a good site or not? First of all, what's the purpose of the site? Does it appear to be just providing information, or is it designed to sell products? Is it designed to push a point of view? Then there's a possibility of some bias on the part of the site. What about the organization that sponsors it? What's their purpose? What do they exist for? What do they say about themselves? Then do a Google search on the organization. What do other people say about it? Do they agree? That's a good sign. That's an indication of a strong site. Do they disagree? Do the other sources you go to criticize your site and say they're a bunch of phonies? That's important to know. Same thing about if there is an author or an editor. What can you find out about this person? Does the site tell you about the person? Or do you have to go online to a different site to find out? A good site should be up front, should give you the background about the people who wrote the stuff. If they don't, why not? There could be a possibility, again, of some kind of bias, of some kind of flaky information on that site. Check out a couple of links. What links does the site provide? Where do they take you? Do they take you to legitimate organizations that seem to be worth listening to what they have to say? Do they take you to all the same kind of organization? Do they take you to a bunch of places that are all designed to sell products? Again, that tells you something about the site and their purpose. There might be a sign of bias. What we're trying to get at is, are we finding good, reliable, trustworthy sites? Or are we finding sites that you cannot rely on, that you have to suspect their information? That's our focus. It's not the information itself, it's the site. How trustworthy is it? What evidence do you find to show that it is a good, solid site? Or what evidence do you find which makes you think, I don't know if I can trust this site. I don't know if I can rely on their information. Obviously, as you're working on it, if you're not sure you're on the right track, if you're having trouble deciding where to go, raise a hand. Ms. Koval and I will be glad to help you out and move you along. Jimmy?
Is it for a research paper or for a senior project?
It's for the research part of the senior project, the research paper. And hopefully this will help people get a good start on that and also build a good, strong paper. If you can find some good, solid sites, you're going to include that in your paper. You're going to say something about these organizations that gave you the information. For that matter, if you can't find any good, solid sites, you can include that in the paper. And you can certainly talk about the fact that this information seems to be suspect. There's reason to believe it's not accurate. That can form an important part of research. But again, today the focus is on how good the site is, not on the information itself. You can write it up on a piece of paper and turn that in. Last class, a bunch of people set up a file and typed it up, printed it out,